Aristides chain of grocery stores in New York. I know that's a small part of your business, but you run them.
Yes.
Are you expecting shortages, fruits and vegetables, for example, if we get a strike?
If there's a strike, prices in the supermarkets will go up higher than ever. And, we have everything closed down. You have the Suez Canal closed down. The Red Sea is closed down. If you have a strike on the East Coast, that's going to be closed down. Guess what? Prices are going to go to the moon. And the question is about President Biden is 35 days, 34 days to the election. This is not going to be very good for Vice President Harris because she's depending on lower prices. Well, guess what? There is no price gouging. Prices will go higher than ever. Right now, inflation is going to go up again. Produce prices, food prices, because of the strike, are going to go up again. And then Kamala Harris, the vice president, is going to accuse us of price gouging. But it was very simple for the current president of the United States, who is a Democrat, and theoretically wants Kamala Harris reelected, to extend it 60 days beyond Election Day. What do we have, 35 days to Election Day? Nobody understands why the president did not extend it 60 days, other than the fact that he is still very upset. President Biden and Joe Biden are very upset that they got stabbed in the back by, whether it was Nancy Pelosi, whether it was Kamala Harris, whether it was President Obama. Who knows who did the demand that they don't run again? But it was a coup at the White House, and President Biden does not like it. What happens is prices will go up again. You have the East Coast closed from products coming in. You got the Suez Canal, the Red Sea still closed on oil. So oil is $10 or $15 higher than it should be because the Suez Canal and the Red Sea are closed. Food prices are going to go up again. So you're going to have a vicious circle if we're not smart enough to sit down and negotiate and have a rational discussion.
So you think because Joe Biden was stabbed in the back by all those Democrats that maybe this is one of the ways that he'll be acting out, and he'll act out on policy. He's not going to get involved in the strike, just to say, stick it to you because you stuck it to me. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think that's a great possibility. And the fact is, he could have extended it 60 days and have binding mediation or have some kind of mediation and do the right thing. But this is going to hit right between the eyes in the next 35 days on Election Day. Not only the food prices, we're building buildings and we need the windows. And guess what? The windows are on a ship someplace or whatever, and that's going to delay things.
That's a good point, because whatever you need to make progress, whether it's building homes or selling goods, you've got a wrench thrown into everything because you don't have the materials you need. They're on a ship somewhere.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Now, honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. On to Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. And there's no peace coming to the wicked. Brother, I put something on the chat, and I Googled it too. So now they say that Fema is out of money because of the migrant crisis. I repeat it again. FEMA is out of money because of the migrant crisis. They're setting this place up for the perfect fall. And then to top it all, brother, I put it up on Arrows of Indignation 144. This guy that's supposed to be the head of the supermarket industry, basically he said something that made perfect sense. Now, why would they allow the ports strike to take place and Biden was saying, "Oh, I'm not going to get involved"? Because the simple fact is, and the way he said it, it made sense. See, people look at these individuals as if they were God sent. They know exactly what they're doing. They're beyond human emotions when it comes down to laws, policies, or anything, because you expect that from a judge. You expect that from somebody that has power, that's a judge over the people, to put their emotions to the side and judge a matter correctly. But as we've seen for the past couple of years, when it comes down to it, it's all dog and pony show. But there's emotions involved with these candidates, with these individuals. And a lot of his ego, pride, all right? And they don't give a damn. They never give a damn. There's one thing they have in common. They never give a damn about the people. All right? They don't give a rat's rear end about the poor of this world. That's one thing. But when it comes to their ego, when it comes to their pride, they have that immensely. So everything that they do, they don't do it for the benefit of the small people, the small folk. All right? They do it for the higher ups, and they do it for their own passive ego. I think this is maybe one of the main reasons why Trump got ousted the first time. All right? They probably told him something that he was supposed to do, but he didn't. Remember the time that that Operation Warp Speed took place, and they told him that they were doing things fast, and he said, "Oh, you didn't tell me nothing. Why you didn't tell me nothing?" They took him out the loop. So a lot of times these individuals that's in power, they get their feelings hurt. No way in hell, despite how you're gonna the dog and pony show, you expected Biden to be in power. Especially if he's losing his wits. But what a perfect time to do this, where you have no money, your policies are completely shattered. And remember, a lot of these things that's being done it's been done in front of the millions of people, but they had a spell over the people. That spell is breaking off. Why? One reason is the main reason the Lord is showing who they really are. And they get to the point where they're about to wrap this kingdom up. They're about to wrap everything up. That's why they're moving things in. They don't give a rat's ass. But with these debacles, how the hell FEMA doesn't have money for American citizens? You think the American citizens does not they're stupid? You sending money to Israel and to Ukraine and to all these other foreign things. You printing money like it's nothing. But when it comes to your own citizens, you don't give a rat's rear end. Aha, they fucked up royally. But it doesn't matter. How do people think? This is how the devil's gonna come down having great wrath. All right. So if it is true the way the guy said it, which makes perfect sense, it's not a conspiracy theory. He did that on purpose, knowing that there's an election. Because I said it the first time, like, I don't think this shit's gonna go down the way it was gonna go down. Because the simple fact is, you have an election the next month, and if you're trying to sell Kamala as the next president candidate, and the inflation is right then and there, whose policy or who's in office now that's responsible for that? So that does not give her a clear, not even a close advantage to the fact. All right. And then Esau, the devil that he is, found was a lithium mine in South Carolina, around that area, when the heavy burden took place. So now the government is going to take over that particular. So there's a lot of leaky things that's going on. They don't give two shits about anybody. All right. Any person that's out there believing that the U.S. government cares about you, the poor, you are stupider. You're the dumbest person in the planet Earth. All right. Matter of fact, Ecclesiastes 13:10, I believe. It says, Ecclesiastes 13, and I'm going to start at 16. All flesh consorted according to kind, and a man cleaved to his like. For what fellowship have a wolf with a lamb, so the sinner with the godly? So the scriptures clearly tell you two things that's completely different is not going to get along, right? It says, what agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? They both carnivores, and they can't get along because one is going to try to reign superior. And what peace between the rich and the poor? There is no peace between the rich and the poor. Despite how much the political parties is out there trying to sell the people all these different adverbs and promises, broken promises, and how they're gonna get them out of poverty. They will never get you out of poverty. All right, they will never get you out of poverty. Matter of fact, real quick, I gotta get this out the system. Revelations 13. 6. I'm gonna get to the point. All right, Revelation 13 and should be 3. Nope. I want to go to the point. All right, Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast came up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb. So a lamb is a horn that's on a lamb. Lamb is associated with calmness, peace, a meek creature. The 2 horns represent the 2 political parties that's here in the United States of America, which they got that concept from Greece. Greece got that. Then the Romans got that from the Greeks. All right. But America is a mirror image of Rome, which is the 2 political parties back then was the plebeians and the patricians. One represented the rich and the other represented the poor, or the people that was middle and supposed to be the leader of the people that the have-nots. All right. But what you have in this thing, it says he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So horns represent power. If you have 2 horns, you are the meaning. It's not going to be a split. All right, you still are in whatever creature that you are in. Like you have 2 ears. Your ears is not going to come against the other ear. All right, so the 2 horns are not going to turn against each other. They all work for the same agenda. And now they start to speak as a dragon because that's their true intent. So they come to people speaking in peace, but there's no peace in their heart. Why? Because they don't give 2 shits about you. Any of us. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew with this whole entire migrant situation, what it was going to do is how it was going to cripple the United States. And they got the nerve to use the Fema money to aid people that they allowed to come in. They knew exactly what they were doing. So now there's no cover up. Is known. Oh, there's no money here because there was a video. I forgot for brother. I should ask the brothers in the chat, but there was a video. It was a documentary that Edomite did, and he pretended to be one of the migrants. And he saw how he came into the United States. And guess what? The backing of that, it was the UN, FEMA, all this other stuff that was promoting the migrants to come over here because it's all part of the New World Order agenda to tear down borders. There's no borderline. So these people did this deliberately, and it's about to get cold in the Northeast. They're about to kick a lot of migrants out. Hyperinflation. This is a perfect way to bring in the total chaos. And that, depending who's going to be in office, now it's not looking good for Kamala's side, because it's just under her policy, the same joint policy with Biden, and this is what you're going to allow to happen. So if she wins, the people are going to be more irate. If Trump wins, they're going to be irate. So they deliberately turning these people against one another. Isaiah 32:5 says the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the true said to be bountiful. So you look up the word true, if I'm not mistaken, means nobility. So this is why you people, and I really mean you people out there that have a problem with authority, right? The authority figure now, but you worship those authority figures because you believe they gave you a proper solution out of whatever elements. Voting has not really been popular since, when voting really been popular for the masses is really when Obama, I would say Bush, 2000, I would say that, but really for the real deal, when people start to really go out there and vote, and I'm talking about the youth, I'm not talking about the old heads, was really when Obama came in. That's why everybody became experts in politics, because you believe these people come from a noble line. That's the same stunt that the Romans was doing, that they came from a noble line. They come from gods, all right? That they all came from gods, and these are the people that's going to lead you out of your problem. But now you come to find, people are going to find out real quick, these are not noble anything. They are vile people, all right? Candace Owens did a show on Kamala, how her lineage through her father's side goes back to the Small Hatters, the 1948ers. So the jig is up. People are realizing who the hell you are. All right? And it says, so I said churro, right? Oh, not churro, sorry. It's bountiful. But churro means scoundrel. So you're nothing but scoundrel. Or nigglies. There it is. Niggly. All right? I have to correct myself. I said churro is nobility, it's bountiful. It says, let me read again. The vile person should no more be called liberal, which liberal meaning nobility, right? Inclined, willing, noble, generous. So you're vile. Nor the churl, which is the scoundrel, said to be bountiful. So the two characteristics they play out in front of the masses is that they care about the people. They care about your likelihood. Like this bozo, the clown chick, said that when they asked her how she's going to fix the economy, oh, I come from a middle-class family, and she said nothing, a goddamn thing. And you people fall for that shit every single 4 years. For the vile person shall speak villainy. So when you look up the word vile in the English dictionary, which is more better than what it says in the Hebrew, let me see if I can get that real quick. Yeah, don't got no money for you. So anything else happens, from now on, any natural disaster happens in the United States of America, doesn't matter what coast, whatever, they're not going to have no money for you. Vile, and extremely unpleasant, morally bad, wicked. All right? So a vile person, a wicked individual, morally bad person, should no more be called liberal or any of that sort, anything of that sort of greatness, because they are evil. They shall speak villainy. And we all know how villains act, right? It says, and his heart will work iniquity. What is what? Iniquity, sin upon sin. So they're giving people more license to sin, especially that side with Kamala's at. That's why when they had a DNC, the Democratic National Convention, she so happens to have had Planned Parenthood trucks in front of this thing where you're supposed to hear your politicians and telling you how you're going to get you out of a situation, how they're going to fix your economy, how they're going to make sure you work and make sure you live a safe life. But you go outside and delete the potential child that you might have. That's iniquity, yo. All right? To practice hypocrisy. They care about the people. They care about you people, right? That's the act of a hypocrite. An utter error against the Lord. To make empty the soul of the hungry. Need I not to say any more? All right? Look at this. Feds say that there's no money left to respond to hurricanes. Not one, to hurricanes plural. Let's read one of them. After FEMA spent $640 million on migrants. Make that make sense. All right? So they'll have no money. Nothing at all. So these people are going to starve. They're going to be cold. And after they fix up what they have to fix up, then they're going to be forgotten. All right? And then for the rest of the people out here, you're going to have to pay extra for goods that was not necessarily worth the price. Make this shit make sense, yo. So this shit it's about to go down, man. The people are going to lose it. And that's what they want. And will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instrument also of the churro. What is that instrument? Let's talk about the Revelation 13 and 16. All right? The microchip. Because throughout all this chaotic things that's happening, brother did show Bank of America. Some people look into their account, seeing zero. All these things, all these falters, they're going to come with the solution with all the shit that they cause. It says, the instrument of the churl, which is going back to the scoundrel, or evil. The device, he divisive, wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, and when the needy speaketh right. So their job is to destroy the poor. That's all it is. I'm going to come back to this. Let me finish it over here. Sirach 13 and 19 now. As a wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. And that's exactly what they're about to do. They're about to devour many souls because people do whatever it takes for comfortability. All right? People are going to do whatever it takes, and they're going to be right there. Like, yeah, we have a solution for this. And they're going to destroy you. As the proud hate humility, so the rich abhor the poor. I mean, come on. They knew exactly what they were doing. And there's more things that we're not seeing and that they plotting out. This could be the dark winter that was promised. All right? This could be the real dark winter that was promised, or the beginning stage of that. This is where we're heading at. Verse back in Isaiah 32 and 8. But the liberal devises liberal things, who are the liberal? The elect of the nation of Israel. All right? From the prophets out there, from the apostles on down. The liberal is what? The kingdom of heaven. The liberal thing is the destruction of America. This is where we are heading. And by liberal things shall he stand. So all this is going to equate to Jacob's trouble. All right? This is going to equate to Jacob's trouble. And Jacob's trouble is not going to be just blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, always in the bottom of the barrel with things and looked down upon. we're gonna be looked down upon regardless. But the cultivate, the greatest thing about it all is that every single body is gonna join. All right, and they're not gonna have no answers. They're gonna have no outing. They're not gonna be delivered. They're not gonna be delivered. All right. Matter of fact, I don't want to make this too long, Isaiah, because we coming down to the wire to this now. Now we starting to see things being put in play, and now we about to see things that's being put in play for our benefit as well. All right. Isaiah 65:11, it says, "But ye are they that forsake the Lord." And talking about these sellouts, you forsook the Lord. You got the consolation prize. You wanted to live that good life. Now everybody's about to be affected by these things. All right, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepared a table for that troop, and that furnished the drink offering unto that number. So all these sellouts amongst the nation is going to pay the hefty price. Therefore I will number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter, because I have called and you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. But you did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. So everything was all good a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, in the sight of many men, because they made finances. They were financially stable. They could afford anything that their heart desired. But now things are about to turn up. All right, chaos is going to be out there. So since the majority of you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans bypass us and say, "Oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about," now you about to see shit hit the fan, and it's not going to come down from that high. All right. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, "Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hunger. You shall be in hunger. Sorry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." So two contrasts for the same people. The elect's gonna eat. The elect's gonna drink. The elect's not gonna be ashamed in that day. This has been a marvelous, masterful plan by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The steps that Esau and his governments have done, the chaos they're about to bring in, is going to lead people to lose it. Order out of chaos, right? Order ab chaos, right? But they thinking that they're going to be able to control the whole entire narrative, and they won't not be able to control it. It says, "Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but he shall cry from sorrow of heart. He shall howl for vexation of spirit." That's why these people have no answers. All right, they're gonna have no answers. You being a sovereign, a Moor, is not gonna help you. You owning real estate is not gonna help you. All these avenues of escape. All right, you have a Swiss account is not gonna help you. All these things of escape is not going to help you. Now the whole thing about the Diggler, and you can't get around that. All right, yeah, it is a distraction, but it's a very important distraction. Because, matter of fact, let me get that, because that's the scripture that comes in mind. Ecclesiastes 7 and 3 or 2. Sorry, 2. It's better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting. And the Diggler he is a great party goer. He know how to make a good fiesta. All right. So now his fiesta days are over. And a lot of you people follow that suit. Yeah, all about going to the club, all about living a worthless life. But now the role's about to reverse. For those that was in the house of mourning, is about to go into the house of feasting. And you're going to be covered and protected while everybody else suffers. It says, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness the countenance of the heart is made better. And it is not talking about your actual heart. It's talking about your mind. Because your mind is prepared for whatever is to come. All right? So the Lord has his servants. The Lord's going to protect us in these days. Matter of fact, that was a point on that one. I'm going to end it off on this. This is Zechariah? I'm sorry. Yeah, Zechariah 9 and... Slakia. What was it? Amos 9. I think it's Amos. Slakia. Amos 9 and 11, I believe. 13, sorry. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Who's the reaper? The elites. And the lesser elites. The managers of this world. The mayors, the governors. Who's the plowmen? The workers. So now the workers feeling useless. Now everybody's to suffer because rich people in power who's been reaping deliciously. I was going to get James. I was going to... Lord willing. Who's been living deliciously over the people. Who's been living a great life. Making billions of dollars off of the backs of the people. Can't even spare fucking a breadcrumb. And rather have everybody here suffer for their fucking greed. So this is the end of it all. Alright? Matter of fact, I'll end it off on that. James 5. I can start at 1. Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. And it is corrupted. This is a corrupt world. Capitalism is just another form of, a nice way of saying greed. That's all it was. And everybody fell for that fucking stench. But when you find out you're not part of that club, no matter how hard you work or how hard you do things, then you're never going to be a part of that club. Then your mind is going to be like, oh shit, this place is corrupt. All right? There's been a corrupt game. Now everybody's getting caught up. It says your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness. Because how they got every goddamn thing? They got everything by rape, robbing, and stealing. And they still rape, robbing, and stealing people. They even doing it to their own people right now. The United States of America, the government is not going to come to protect you. They have no money for you. If your land that you on stand upon has riches, they're coming for it. They have nothing for you. All right? They did it to people in the past. They're doing it to you right now. It says, the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and they shall eat your flesh as they were of fire. You have heaped up treasures together for the last days, and they heaping up treasures. All right? Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth to the ears of the most of them and the cries of them which are reaped are into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, which is the Lord of armies. So Yahweh Shai is hearing the cries of his people. All right? But the Lord is about to make them cry more. Because everything is done by fraudulent ways. You have no problem sending money to other places, which even the money itself is not real. So you so evil, even the shit that you saying is not even worth nothing. And you have people killing themselves and killing each other for that shit. All right? You're the most greediest being in the planet Earth today. of existence. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to serve you a hard dish of cold hard revenge. And you have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton, which is undisciplined, sexual undisciplined. All right, they've been living deliciously. They live a great life, but now all that shit's gonna come to an end. You have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and doeth not resist you, because of what? Because you are who people look up to. They mimic their lives to these wicked individuals because they believe that's the only way to get them out of their situation. And they come to find out it was all a lie. All right? Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patient for it, until he received the early and latter rain. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is coming to make things right. The days of you wicked, evil, some of the bitches are coming to a close. So with that being said, shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom.